Something isn't right. No. There it is. Boop. Alright, so the drivers are soon going to be starting to ready up. Just clicked over to 8:30. Drivers are now 12 drivers, which isn't too bad. At least we've got a little bit of competition. Couple better, literally a couple better than what we had last week in Germany. But here we are for round 2 of the Formula 2 Championship. We are here at Bahrain International Circuit, a 5.141 kilometer, 15 turn circuit. It's one of the better Tilkedromes on the calendar, for sure. It's up there with circuits like Sepang, and that's about the only other one I can really think of. Sepang and Bahrain are definitely two of the best Tilke tracks that I can possibly think of. It's a very good all-round circuit. There's a lot of nice high-speed corners, medium-speed corners, and low-speed corners. It's all there, all well-designed and well thought out and well placed. Some of the hot spots we have to look out for tonight on the circuit at least is turn 1, turn 4, and potentially turn 11. That's where most of the overtaking is going to take place, immediately after DRS zones. And also turn 12, that place there, it's a sweeping right-hander, and on the inside is an auto-spin curve that you really want to avoid. But enough of that, we're now on to one-shot qualifying. One lap, one chance, and that will determine the grid for the feature race. Drivers making slight adjustments to setup, all that good stuff. So who are we going to pick on, I wonder? Put us onto Phil. Pick on Rizirek. He's a very quick driver. But a couple of drivers going to try set a lap time on the mediums. Quite an interesting choice. As Rizirek comes through turns 1 and 2, 2 and 3. They're very easy to corner cut. Easy to get warnings. Coming into turn 4, really want to avoid the curb on the inside. Use all the track on exit. Now through these brilliant S's. Turns 5, 6 and 7 into the tight turn 8. Currently Rizirek is looking incredibly quick. He's fastest at the moment. Now coming through the hardest turn on the circuit, turn 9 and turn 10. Now I'm not sure how many of these guys aren't using ABS. It is the only assist they are allowed to have on. They're not allowed to use traction control, as Aussie just demonstrated. Coming through turn 12, that inside curve you want to avoid all the time. Now through turn 13. Oh, he has invalidated his lap time. That's another hot spot for warnings, turn 13. You don't want to run too wide on corner entry. You don't want to cut the corner too much either. Turn 13. As Rizirek, he'll come across the line in last place. Todster is fastest, a 1 minute 40.919. Corrupted in P2, a 1 minute 40.959. Breno in P3, a 1 minute 40.983. That is unbelievably close. Between those top three, that is ridiculously close. Less than a tenth of a second separate the top three. Look at that. 0.06 of a second. Absolutely superb to have guys that close on this circuit. Todster will get pole, just, and I mean just, and he'll get 4 points next to his name as well. Corrupted in P2, Breno P3. Phil, I mean, 1/10 behind, that's not too bad. He'll start from P4, safety car P5, Reedy P6, Alcatraz P7, Garlas P8, false equation P9, Blockheed P10, James P11, and Rizzy Rick will start at the back of the grid after invalidating his lap time, coming through turns 12 and 13. So this track, very good all-round circuit. There's some sections you really have to be careful of, like turn 12. There's places where you can easily corner cut, such as turn 2, turn 13, turn 3 even. But another thing about this circuit that is quite deadly is its pit entry. It is incredibly simple, but it's also incredibly easy to speed through as well and cop a 5-second penalty. And in these races, where the races aren't quite as long as what we do in the green or blue championship, 5 seconds means a hell of a lot more. As we are now going to get the formation lap underway. Under lights as well, that's quite surprising. I didn't think they would race under lights, but they are. There you go. So just a brief recap. Todster on pole position by 4/100 to Corrupted in P2. Breno only 6/100ths away from Todster. Phil, he was a 10th and a bit away from Todster, so the top 4 incredibly close. Safety car, for whatever reason, he's all the way back there. Detailed on the tyre. Reedy P6, Alcatraz P7, Garlas P8, False Equation P9, Blocky Rex P10, James exploring the racetrack a little bit. He starts from P11, and Aussie Rizzy Rick will start from P12. Oh, an expert has joined, so that boosts the field up a little bit. Quite nice. Up to 13 cars, and that will be for the sprint race. Very interesting to see Todster and Corrupted both electing to start on the medium compound tyre. Breno, Phil, safety car, Reedy, Alcatraz, Garlas, they're all electing to start on the softs. False Equation on the mediums, Blocky Rex on the softs, and James Cruz and Rizzy Rick, they too are starting on the mediums. Probably the better strategy towards the back end of the field, start on the harder compound of tyre. Try and get a very nice run towards the end of the race. See the drivers furiously trying to warm their tyres up. There's Phil. No, it's... who is that? Alcatraz. Oh, look at them. They're... come on, guys. The race hasn't even started yet and you're already 3 wide. Somebody's taken out the braking boards. That was safety car in the Mick Schumacher Prema car. Taking out the braking boards. People who aren't using racing line are going to absolutely hate that. It's a very tricky corner, turn 14. Have to be very, very precise through the turn. Drivers are now lined up on the grid. Come on. Give me a better camera shot. Oh well. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Here, for the feature race at Bahrain, we have 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go, and you full throttle off the line. You really don't want to lift off the line in these cars, just go full throttle. Throttle all the way up against the firewall. Look at these guys, side by side through turn 1. Everyone sorting each other out. Garlas almost loses it in the Arden. But everyone seems to have gone through relatively unscathed. You can see Todster weaving the car violently, trying to warm up those mediums as we got Reedy and safety cars side by side through turn 4. As Reedy almost loses it coming out of turn 4, just a bit too eager on the throttle. He loses a bunch of places in the process. Go back up to our leaders. So Todd's still leads with Corrupted, both getting a very good start. Phil has made up a position from the start up into P3 as Rizzy Rick. How on earth has he done that? He's in 6th from 12th. Rizzy Rick, what hacks are you using? My goodness. As he goes down the inside into turn 11, he's on the medium compound tyre, but Alcatraz lets him through. He's up 7 places now, up into P5. Oh, but who on earth is that? That's Rizzy Rick. Running awfully wide, coming out of turn 13. So, that will complete lap 1. Oh, who on earth? Corrupted! Losing it! Coming out of corner exit. Back to the tyres. So, with lap 1 finally completed. Oh, hang on. Ooh. Oh, hello! Very late on the camera change there. As we got Alcatraz and Rizzy Rick, they're now side by side. Rizzy Rick relinquishes the position, and that's because Corrupted. Now into P6, he's lost 2 positions. Oh, and Alcatraz and Rizzy Rick are gone! Coming out of turn 4, and there's Reedy in the background. Alcatraz electing to reset the track. You saw her there riding on board with Corrupted. Both of them spinning out. Synchronized spinning, absolutely. Oh no, we've got even more, and it's Alcatraz again, and we got Reedy. No, it's Blocky Rex. Way out on the outside, false equation. Oh my goodness me, as Blocky Rex goes down the inside of James, who makes an absolute mess of turn 10. And he gets a brilliant run because of it. Coming onto the back straightaway. Oh my goodness, it's all happening. And James, he relinquishes the position to Blocky. Okay. Let's go back to the front. Hopefully everything has settled itself out. So, Todd stuck currently in P1 with a 1 second margin to Phil in P2, who has made up 2 places. Breno in P3. Corrupted, who was in P2, but after making a mistake coming out of turn 14, but another one through this opening complex, lost another 2 positions. As Phil, oh my goodness me! Spinning out at turn 2. He now relinquishes 2nd and falls all the way down to 6th. Rizzy Rick, after having a spin, he's still within the top 5. Alcatraz, he's also in a point scoring position in P7 at the moment. It's only 3 laps in, but wow, okay. It's all happening here at Bahrain. Crofted now fighting Garlaz. Safety car overtakes James Cruz, according to the leaderboard. Garlaz, I believe he's made quite a number of positions. He's made up 4. But Rizzy Rick, man of the moment at the moment. Man of the moment at the moment. Oh, what? Garlaz is... Oh, that's... Hopefully he'll rejoin the session. He's in a very good position at the moment. It appears that Phil is coming into the pit lane. I believe he has damage to his front wing. Lap 4 out of 16. Long way to go on medium compound tyres. Everyone else seems to have spread out quite nicely in their own little world. Yeah, you can see that there. The guys changing the front tyre changed at a different time to the guys of the rear tyre. If there wasn't a front wing change, they would have changed simultaneously. Oh, and Phil almost loses it coming out of the pit lane too. "12 laps on the mediums can do it." So our attention will have to go to what's happening between the top two, Renault and Todster. Renault really needs to get a move on those soft tyres. Todster on the medium compound. Todster can maintain this gap to... Oh! Renault losing it. Safety car's lost it coming into turn 11, and he's still losing it. He's got to be really gentle when recovering the car. The tyre temperatures, the tyre pressures are all out of whack. Too much throttle and you're going to spin yourself around again. But at the moment in P10 it's a point scoring position. Hopefully he can stay there. At the moment no retirements either. And units joined, so that's increased the field to 14. Yes, a battle for the lead. It seems that Todster is pulling away from Renault. Last time I checked, there was less than a 2-second gap. It's now opened up to 2.3 seconds. So it appears, as usual, Todster is running away with this. Very good driver, Todster. Currently dominating the Blue Championship after 2 rounds. It appears he's going to be doing the same in Formula 2. Definitely the man to try and beat. Seems that we might have a battle for the 4th. Rizzy, Rick and Garlaz. Garlaz gets a poor exit coming out of turn 13 onto the long straight into turn 14 and 15. Very tricky little complex. You want to try and use as much inside curve as possible. Try and sort of open up the corner as much as possible. Rizzy sets the fastest lap of the race, and Breno's in the pits as well. Rizzy around the outside, job done. As Alcatraz. Hey, what did I say? It is a very easy thing to do at Bahrain. Damaged front wing. There is no way he's making to the end of the race on those tyres. Oh, he started on the soft righto. Away he goes. Garlaz on the softs. Although he is on the softs, those softs have now disappeared. They've got absolutely no grip in comparison to the mediums. I suspect the rest of these soft runners will be coming in this lap. As Reedy, no, saw a position change. Okay, not quite sure what happened. Blocky made a mistake and I did not see it. I'm right on board with Renault just to see how much time you can actually gain comparison to Blocky on those horrendous softs. Now within a second, just after a couple of corners. Garlaz is in the pits. Reedy is in the pits. Oh! And Rizzy Rick gets a 3-second time penalty rather, for multiple warnings. All drivers get through without copping a penalty. So the leading driver who started on the softs is currently Breno. What's his gap to Todd's? Gap to leader is 36.3 seconds. Not sure what he's going to be able to do from such a distance. But he is now on the fresh mediums. And he's in relatively clear air as well. 11 seconds back to Garlaz, who's in P6. False equation is 4.3 seconds ahead. We keep an eye on these two. Yeah, let's say keep an eye on these two, just to see how much time Breno can actually reel in on those fresh mediums. He's now already under 4 seconds. Was 4.5. Going into turn 13. It's now 3.5 seconds. Just see the time delta in each corner. Might have a battle. P10. We can look at as Rizzy Rick comes into the pit lane. That's a stretch. 8 laps on the softs. 9 laps on the softs rather. That's a stretch. Let's see if it pays off. He's in a solid point scoring position, but I think he'll be aiming for a podium with this aggressive strategy. Soft compound tyre. He's going to be setting some qualifying laps on those things, I reckon. The battle for 10th is anticipated. Alcatraz has taken the position successfully from James and now falls to P11. Going back to Breno and see how much time he's gained. He's now within 2 seconds of false equation. Made up a lot of time. Gap to leader, still 36 seconds. In fact, Toddster's just set the fastest lap of the race. Going through turn 13 now. Gap is now 1.5 seconds. And Breno, he doesn't want to be held up by false equation too much. False, I think he's got another 2 laps he has to do on those mediums. Breno catching him at a rate of knots. Coming through turn 1, now turn 2. And Garlaz sets the fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 43.250. Blocky Rex has made a mistake somewhere on the circuit. He's now fallen behind James. I believe he was in P9. Breno now within DRS range of false. Boy, but gets a horrendous run through turn 10. Safety car sets the fastest lap. 1 minute 43.201. Half a tenth quicker than what Garlo's set. He's now lost a position to fill. These guys are all in the world. They must be making mistakes. Their interval between each driver is always a number of seconds. They're not right up somebody's gearbox like Breno is to false equation. So these guys must be making quite a number of mistakes. Constantly losing position. These are minus a couple of classic cars, I guess. These cars are the most difficult cars to drive. As Breno, he's going to have a look down the inside into turn 1. Successful move from Breno. He can now soldier on to close the gap to the front too. The gap to leader still, no, it's opened up to about 37 seconds to Toddster. I'll just quickly check that. Yep, 37. But I imagine that Rizirek is going to be flying soon. I just saw him set the fastest lap of the race. It wasn't a lot quicker, it was a 1 minute 43.1. Only a tenth quicker than the medium runners. Locking up a fair bit. It's not costing him too much time, it's not costing him too much momentum. Through turn 10, you can see it there. James now comes into the pits. Got on a new set of boots and head on out. So Corrupted's in. Be very cool. Be good to see where Breno comes out in all this. Where he goes. Breno now coming through the final corner now. Oh, this is going to be close. Oh, here we go. Breno just giving him a little hello as he drives on by. Might lose a position to false equation as well. No, he won't. So Corrupted has lost out to Breno. But he's on a fresh set of softs. Only 2.6 seconds behind. And even more amazingly, Toddster on 10-lap-old mediums versus Breno on 5-lap-old mediums has opened the gap even more. It was 37 seconds, now 37.3. That is absolutely ridiculous. He's going to be leading the race by about 7 seconds. I believe. I think it's 7 seconds. Oh, and that's something I need to do too. I've been commentating too much with Americans. Gameplay setting, no, on-screen display. Kilometers an hour. Don't use stupid bald eagles per hamburger, we use kilometers per hour. Check the 2 yellows. It's Reedy coming out of turn 10. Doesn't appear to lose any position, just time. So Toddster's in. He comes out. The gap. False equation, a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Gap between Breno and Toddster, what is it? Let it level out a little bit. About 4.5 seconds. I was way off, I was 3 seconds off. I thought it would be about 7 seconds. No, 4.5. So that means you lose about 32, 33 seconds transiting the pit lane in these things. So, Todster, he's going to walk away with this now on a fresh set of soft compound tyres. The only way that Breno and Corrupted are going to have any chance of winning is a mistake from Todster, and that is just not going to happen. But the battle for second is now going to begin. Corrupted is within DRS range of Breno. Coming on to, I don't know what you would call this. It's not really a back straight. It's just a straight, I guess. Not sure what you would call it. Into turn 14. Into turn 15, that small kink. Breno. He's not coming in, no. He's just trying to break the toe. As Corrupted sets the fastest lap of the race with DRS and the slipstream, he's going to have to look around the outside. He's going to have to do it the long way. Breno, he parks the car on the apex. Very good driving from Breno, but also very respectful from Corrupted to make sure there wasn't any contact between the two. Breno desperately trying to break the slipstream. There's a 100-meter board, braking hard, third gear. Quick shift down to second for Corrupted just to get that extra acceleration coming out of the corner through the S's of turn 5, 6 and 7. Now into the tight turn 8. Corrupted, he'll be aiming for a very good run coming out of turn 10. Get him on the inside to turn 11. He's not going to get it though. Breno, very nice through turn 10. Gets DRS and Breno weaving to the inside, weaving to the outside, trying to break the slipstream. He's done enough. Hard on the brakes for turn 11. It's still not enough. Fantastic stuff between these two. Through turn 12, you really want to avoid that inside curb. It is an auto spin curb. Oh, you can see how much harder Corrupted can get on the brakes with those fresher tyres. Breno goes diving down to the inside of the track. I think he'll try and stay there. Corrupted, he can't get the job done. Bolger sets the fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 41.9. Corrupted with the DRS, he doesn't need the slipstream, he's going to do it around the outside. Into turn 1 they go, it's side by side still. Breno is not giving up. Oh, and there's contact between the two. A small amount of contact. Breno, he has DRS. He's going to have a look around the outside into turn 4. Can he get the job done? I don't think he will. Corrupted with the softer rubber is able to get on the brakes later than Breno. Able to get the car stopped quicker and he gets the job done. Corrupted into P2. 3 laps remaining. What a brilliant battle for second place that was. Don't think Breno can really do anything now. Unless, of course, Corrupted makes some sort of mistake. As Reezy Rick gets a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Yeah, exceeding track limits. And multiple warnings. Hello. I think he's got quite a number of penalties too. Rizzy Rick. Rizzy Rick. 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, that is 11. He's very close to losing a position to Phil, and that's because he's on really old soft compound tyres. He's got to do another 2 laps on these things. He's got a 3-second bubble to Phil. As soon as he goes below that 3 seconds, he loses the place to Phil. Anything else going on? We might potentially see a battle for 9th, potentially. Alcatraz and safety car. Safety car only 1.7 seconds behind Alcatraz. Now opened up ever so slightly, Safety car not getting a very good run through turn 13. Neither did Alcatraz. He's losing time. As soon as safety car gets within that 1 second range, he'll be all over the back of Alcatraz. 3 DRS zones on this circuit, a lot of time to be gained. Now it's 1.2 seconds. Got sector 1 yellows, it's Reedy. Making a mistake. Still in P8. But he can't afford to make another one. And also, if Reedy keeps this up, he will start on pole position for the sprint race. Safety car, he's now lost 0.2 of a second. To safety car. As Toddster begins the last lap of the race. We also have a potential battle for P6 we better keep an eye on. Garlaz and False Equation. False Equation on those supremely fresh tyres, hunting down the Arden driver. See what False Equation can do. 1 lap, 4.1 kilometers worth of tarmac. He doesn't have DRS though. He wasn't within 1 second. He will be now. As Garlaz runs horribly wide through turn 1. Oh, and False Equation gets a little tank slapper as well. Alright, so they're coming through turn 13. I'll go back to the battle for 6th place. Coming through the yeses now, this is where False Equation will be massively superior. Just able to get better mid-corner speed. Hard on the brakes into turn 8. But Toddster, around the final corner he goes. It's been a supreme drive from the defending champion. He will win the feature race here at Bahrain. Corrupted will come home in P2. Breno, a hard-fought battle between him and Corrupted. He will finish in P3. A fantastic recovery draw. No way! No way! On the last corner, on the last lap, will this lose in P4? I think it will. Alright, he comes across the line. What's the gap? Phil, it's within 7. He's going to lose a place. He does! On the last corner. He loses 4th to Phil. Wow. Rub salt into the wound. And Garlaz, he will hold on to P6. False Equation with a 5-second fine penalty, an unserved penalty. Oh, Reedy! Oh, don't. He was that close to doing the exact same of what Rizzy did. Is it P8? It is P8. So he will start on pole position. Safety car P9 because Alcatraz had penalties. Oh, Rizzy comfortably had P4 and then he threw it away. And here your top 3 on the podium after the feature race here at Bahrain International Circuit. Alrighty. Blah blah blah. So, Toddster wins and gets fastest lap. Jesus. Corrupted in P2, Breno P3. A very good battle between these two towards the end. Very good. Phil P4 after Rizwick threw it away on the last corner, but still a superb drive from 12th after getting DSQ'd in qualifying to finish 5th, up 7 places respectively. Garlaz P6, false equation P7. Reedy will start on pole position. He finishes P8. Safety car P9, and Alcatraz rounds out the point scoring finishes in P10. As we now go on to the sprint race, there is no need for a mandatory pit stop. If you want to win, you have to A, do a no stop, and B, you have to overtake drivers with raw pace. There's no pit strategy involved in this. It is through raw pace that you win this race. As now we've got 14 drivers on the grid too. We've got Grino and Expri on the circuit, which is good to see. Drivers making last minute adjustments, all the regular stuff. Yeah, Rizzy, warm up done. Oh man, last corner on the last lap. There you go. Just going to make sure that everyone is on the same tyre. They are. So everyone is going to no stop. So we'll put it on position change. So, there we go. So, maybe the first time ever, I think, Reedy is on pole position. I think. I might be wrong about that. But I think that's the first time he's on pole. False equation in P2. That's a very good starting position for him. He obviously has pace. Might see him streak away at the start. Garlas P3, Rizzy Rick P4, Phil MC P5, Breno P6, Corrupted P7, Toddster, a commanding race. Just a few minutes prior, he'll start from P8 with all the work to do. Safety car P9, Alcatraz P10, Blocky Rex P11, James Cruz P12, X3 P13, and Unit Grino will start from last place, P14, because both X3 and Unit didn't participate in one shot qualifying, or the feature race for that matter. 12 laps. So who's that streaking out in front? It's James. I don't know. For some reason he's way out in front. Because why not? Drivers now coming round. Leaders rather are coming round. Final corner to their respective pit stall, grid place rather. Not pit stall. As we got someone spinning in the background, excuse me. Who is that? It's safety car. My Blue Series teammate. Doing what he does best. Generally screwing up. Anyway. No, he's a very good teammate, safety car. Although the points don't necessarily say that at the moment. I'm sure he'll turn it around though. As here we go. We've got 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And look at Rizzy Rick. What a superb start from him. You could see him dive to the inside because of how much of a better start he got off the line. Into turn 1 we go. It is 3 wide into turn 1 with some of the mid-pack. Look at them scramble all over the circuit. And I think someone spun. It's Greno. Coming through turn 4 now. Rizzy Rick dives up the inside into P2. But gets a very poor exit. He might lose 2 positions here. He does. F1. Bugger off, you. If you thought Todster was overpowered, and wait until you see. Oh my goodness me! Alcatraz! What in the actual fuck was that? What was that? Seriously? Wow, okay. Alcatraz nearly taking out the entire field with that. So Garlaz finds himself in the lead, making up 2 positions. P3, he's now leading with false equation P2, 1.3 seconds behind. Phil in P3. Rizzy in P4, Crafted in P5, Blocky Rex. Look at that for a start. Up 5 places. P11 to P6, a superb start for the Kiwi. Breno, P7, Toddster, P8, as we have a spin, it's Reedy and Alcatraz, both spinning out. Oh, I'm going to have to take another look at that. That was... And he comes in, yeah, he just throws it into the pit lane. To be expected. As Phil MC makes a move down the inside of false equation into turn, 4, as we got Breno, I think. No, it's someone else further behind. It's James. Making a mistake. Coming out of turn 1 and turn 2. But Blocky desperately holding on to that P6. Look at the train behind him. As Toddstar forces his way down the inside. Both give each other space. Very good driving from those 2. Crafter moves up into P4, false equation down to P5. Look at this train, people. Got a train of 5 cars. We've got another train of 5 cars. We almost have a spin. We've got a driver going out wide. I think it was Expert. But that's not 4 wide, is it? It was 4 wide. That is ridiculous here at Bahrain. Oh, and there might be contact. Breno had to use a lot of the inside there as well, I think. I caught that right in the corner of my eye. At the moment, Breno and Toddster. Oh, there's contact! Toddster has been... No, it's not. Excuse me. That safety car who's been turned around. I got the Arden and the Prema confused. Oh, safety car. Dearie me. Go back up. As Breno loses another place. Loses it to S3. Oh, okay. Sector 3 yellow's probably safety car. Not so bad. It looks like it. Breno and Expert. Expert. Battle pack of 3. Blocky, the biggest loser out of that, was P6, now P9. Still got yellow flag. Safety car, what in God's name are you doing? Oh, that's what you're doing. There's a brief return to the leaders. Garlaz leading at the moment, a gap of 1.6 seconds to Phil MC. Rizzy Rick in P3, he might have a look down the inside into turn 9, no he won't. Crafted heavy on the brakes there, and false equation not too far behind. As safety cars continuing to do donuts in sector 3, because why not? I don't know which battle to look at. We've got 2 of them going. A virtual safety car. Okay, and that will be because of safety car, ironically. Doing numerous donuts in sector 3. So, that will give the reprieve that I bloody need, because it's all happening. So, we've got a battle for what appears to be 3rd. Potentially for 1st, actually. Garlaz is losing a lot of time. Now gains it back. He has to be careful. As Rizzy, hello, loses a whole heap of time to Phil. Safety car retiring from the session. Oh, rather, no, because Phil was in 2nd, wasn't he? It just appeared there was a position change, and I thought Rizzy Rick was in second, but he wasn't, was he? Phil was in second. Oh well. As someone's had a Spinach unit, Grino. Currently in P11 at the moment. As Expert and Breno look at these two side by side through turn 8. Blocky might get involved here. Still a lot of contact between those two. Alcatraz a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Breno down the inside into turn 9. Expert might get the switch back. He does. It's going to be side by side down the back straight away. Who gets DRS? Neither of them do. But Blocky does. He gets a slipstream as well. Breno has a look around the outside into turn 11. Can he get the job done? No, he can't. Expert down the inside. Okay. You guys done yet or what? Oh my goodness. No, they're not. Down the inside of turn 12. Where on earth has that come from? Oh my goodness. They're still side by side. Goodness me. No, we're going to look on board with Blocky. Can't do it. Look at these two. Unigreno retiring from the session. Extreme down the inside. Contact. A Blocky. Oh, and X-Ray spins! He spins! Into the wall he goes. Too eager on the throttle. Not sure if Blocky helped with that. He definitely didn't cause it, but there might have been contact to send them even more around. Oh my goodness. Sector 2 yellows, that will be one of the retired cars. As the battle for second is now live. Rather the battle for first, because Phil's now taken it away from Garlads. I've been too entranced between the battle between X3 and Breno that I've completely ignored the battle for the lead. Currently Phil is leading with Rizzyrick in P2. Rizzyrick looking very good for a win here. Now has DRS. Garlaz literally in behind, right behind his gearbox. Corrupted is not too far away from this either. He's within the second. And Todster, he's probably going to try and put the hammer down soon. Catch up that to the leading pack. False equation in P6. Then it's 7 seconds to Breno, who was having that epic battle with this man. Oh, that was epic. As I say that, we got a new one beginning. It's Garlaz and Corrupted. Garlaz attacking, no, rather Corrupted attacking Garlaz. Corrupted with the DRS. He's going to look down to the inside. No, Garlaz covers. Can he hold it, however? They're still side by side. They're giving each other plenty of room. But inevitably, no, he hangs on. He is fighting for this, Garlaz. He's going to sit in behind. He might have a look down the inside into turn 4. No, he won't. But this, ladies and gentlemen, the battle for the lead. Phil MC and Aussie Rizzy Rick. Rizzy Rick was on for a potential pole position till he ran wide coming out of turn 12, invalidating his lap time. Oh, speaking of running wide through turn 10, he's going to lose a bit of time because of that. Sector 1 and 2 yellows, who is it? No one. Okay. Thanks, game. Alright. Go back to this battle pack for P3. Look at them all bunched up now. Garlaz, Corrupted, Todster. As Corrupted goes down the inside, he cuts the corner. I believe he was forced to. Todster might get a run, but he's boxed in. So he's going to have to sit in behind these guys. As Corrupted goes down the inside into turn 14, and Todster follows him. Todster will get DRS too with the slipstream. He might get 2 places here. He's going to have a look down the inside into turn 1. Oh, and contact! He couldn't pull the car up quick enough. Corrupted turns in. Doesn't appear to be any damage. But Todster, he now has DRS and the slipstream. Corrupted doesn't. But Corrupted appears to have... No, he can't hold on. Oh, contact again! And Todster! Oh, sort of half spins round. Oh my goodness me. Well, that's going on. There's also a battle for the lead. Aussie Rizzy Rick and Phil. Rizzy Rick down the... or rather around the outside now into turn 9, but he pulls out of it. Gonna try and get DRS. Coming out of turn 10 onto the long back straightaway. Can he set up a move? No, he can't. He's not quite close enough. When they cross the line, there'll be 5 laps to go. Still got a lot of battles raging on. We might have another one start up again for 3rd place between Corrupted and Todster. Todster, as he demonstrated in the feature race, has got a lot of pace in that car. He'd be trying to look for a way past. As Phil, he is completely defenceless against Rizzy Rick. Spilly has joined rather late. And Rizzy Rick, yeah, gets the position easily. As Reedy spins, looks like he's had some sort of exchange with X3. Reedy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As Rizzy Rick goes very, very wide, coming out of turn 4 and loses the race lead. This is still going on, people. Still fantastic stuff. And the battle for P3 is livening up. My God, this is one of the best sprint races I have ever seen. We got a battle for the lead. We got a battle for P4. We got a battle for P6. We got a battle for P9, for crying out loud. For P9. It's not even a point scoring position. Rizzy Rick with DRS and the slipstream. Can he do anything? No, he can't. We'll look back to the battle for P4. Can Todster do anything? Not quite. Now, false equation. He's a bit closer. But he can't do anything either. Let's return to the leaders. X3, a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's a massive penalty. I'm not quite sure where he did that. Have a quick look. Turn 2, I'd imagine. Going off that. Phil desperately trying to break the toe. You've got to start weaving, mate. Just staying to the inside won't break the toe. He's going to hold it on the inside, though. Rizzy Rick, he's going to do it the long way. Oh, can he get a switch back? Yes, he does. But Phil has the inside for turn 2, which is critical. But gets a poor run through turn 3. Leaves him incredibly vulnerable onto the straightaway. And he loses the position to Rizzy Rick. But as we've seen in this race and in the sprint feature race rather, Rizzy Rick can make the occasional mistake. If Phil stays right behind him and pressures him, we might see another position change. Speaking of which, battle for P3 is raging on. Corrupted and Todster fighting hammer and tong, and the position and the battle for P5, Garlas and false equation. Still battling. Go back up to the battle for P3. Todster with the DRS. As we got another, it's X3. Oh, holy moly. What's all happening? Can Phil do anything? He'll have DRS. As Rizzy Rick desperately trying to break the slipstream and locking up into turn 14. Through turn 15 they go. Here we go. What can Phil do with 3 laps to go? He has DRS. He has the slipstream. He's going to look down the inside. No, he won't. He will look around the outside. Try and get the inside to turn 2. Can he hold it there? He's doing it. He can hold it there. He has the inside. A superb move from Phil. That was superb. Well thought out. Well executed. But Rizzy Rick's not having any of it. He's going to do a switchback down the inside into turn 4. Can't quite get it done. Toddster now makes up, gains a position rather. Uncorrupted. He moves himself up into P3, up 5 places from P8. Corrupted, he will fight it though. He's within DRS range. Well within DRS range. We'll fight on for that podium place. The battle for 5th has died down a little bit. Gale has a false equation, so the gap's opened up. Breno, he might find himself coming into it. Gap is 2.5 seconds. But Rizzy Rick and Phil, look at this exchange. It's brilliant to watch. Phil not wanting to make a move quite just yet. He's going to stick in behind. Loses a lot of time through the corner. Look, there, oh, look at this for 3rd place. Toddster and Corrupted side by side through turn 12. It's not a place you want to be side by side. Toddster still hanging on to that P3. But Phil, what can he do? 0.7 of a second behind now. With 2 laps to go. After making that brilliant move around the outside of turn 1. Very well executed move. Not quite close enough, but we'll look at this. Corrupted and Toddster. Oh, contact! That was definitely contact. That has to be. Oh, we have to see onboards of that. Oh my goodness me. What a violent exchange between those two. And Corrupted slowing down. He's going to give up the position to Toddster. He clearly feels responsible for that accident. Toddster now with front wing damage, I think. I think he has front wing damage. See him understeering horrible. Oh, come on, game. Give me a better shot. Oh, it's not. Goodness sake. Corrupted. Oh, look at these. They're still exchanging. Yeah, you can see that missing end plate on Toddster's car. Missing end plate. This battle for 3rd might get a couple of more cars. Garlaz is now only 2.5 seconds behind. Toddster with that broken front wing, he's going to be losing a lot of time. Expert. These guys still fight for P9 for goodness sake. Oh, hang on. Got sector 3 yellows. Who? No one. Oh, for goodness sake, game. Garlaz, he's lost. Oh, I see. It was Garlaz. He's lost a lot of time. False equation is now right up his gearbox. And Phil has lost a lot of time as well. He's made a mistake. Oh dear, the battle for the lead. It's now ended. Corrupted. He's going to have a look down the inside into turn 1. Gets the job done. But Phil's having none of it. Down the inside into turn. There's contact. And that's Corrupted in the wall, I believe. It is Corrupted in the wall. There is a whole heap of chaos going on. And Toddster, he might, after having that horrendous accident, might be looking at a 2nd place here. But he has a broken front wing. He is the quickest driver, but with a broken front wing. Can he do anything? Anything at all? Corrupted has dropped down to P7. Oh my goodness. And we've still got a battle. Look at these guys. It's a battle for 4th place. And it's between 3 cars. We've got Garlaz, Breno and False Equation all fighting for 4th. Coming through turn 10 now. All of them line astern. What can Breno do? Is he going to have a look down the inside? I think he might. Hard on the brakes. Can't quite do anything. He might have a look down into the final turn. Just have a quick look at this and see if Breno does anything. Oh, he definitely has a look. But Rizzy Rick will come home. to win the sprint race. As we've got two cars across the racetrack. Phil will come home in second place after fighting valiantly for the lead. Toddster P3, Garlas P4, drag race to the line, and it is Breno, just, and I mean just, getting P5. Corrupted P6, oh, he'd be absolutely, 7 rather, he'd be absolutely gutted with that. Blocky Rex, spinning into the wall. He will come across the line in P8, the last point scoring position. As X3 was doing some donuts on the pitch straight away, I see. Reedy will come home in P9 and James will come home P10. Wow. That is one of the most intense sprint races I have ever seen. Wow. Holy moly. And Reedy got a fair way to go, about half the lap to go. What a race. Look at the gap. 7/100ths of a second between False Equation and Breno at the line. Breno just getting it. And I mean just getting P5. We had 3 battles, for first to third and to fifth. And then it all exploded at once. All the chaos ensued. And in the end, Rizzy Rick will come out on top. And Reedy will come home in P9. Holy moly! Thank you, Bahrain. Thank you. As I said before, it's one of the better Tilkedromes in the Formula 1 calendar. Probably the best now with Sepang no longer being on the calendar. And that's why it's absolutely delivered. Some brilliant, hard-fought racing, some chaos and some drama. A beautiful concoction of racing. Oh. So, Rizzy Rick wins the sprint race and gains 17 points because of it, and he gets fastest lap. Phil will get P2 after fighting so hard with Rizzy Rick throughout that race. It was superb to watch. Toddster P3, Garlas P4, Breno P5, False Equation P6, Corrupted P7, Blocky Rex will round out the point scorers in P8, Reedy P9, James Cruz P10, Unigrino P11, Alcatraz P12, Safety Car P13, and X3 will round out the drivers after getting disqualified for driving the wrong way, as you do. Ah. But yes, so what has been a beautiful concoction of racing, action, drama, and chaos, that will end round 2 of the Formula 2 DRS Championship. But that's not the end for Bahrain. The next 2 races in the Green and Blue Championship, well, they'll be at Bahrain once more. So, tune in on Sunday, 8:30 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, for round 3 of the Green Championship here at Bahrain International Circuit. Until then, I've been the Smeg. Thank you all so much for watching, and good night.